So guys, the crypto markets are still trading sideways, but we're starting to see some green around Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Right now, we did have some updates with Trump and tariffs and negotiations and deadlines that are going to be happening this week. We did see a little bit of an extension with China, which is a little bit bullish. And right now, guys, everything is teeter-tottering in terms of where we're going to be heading. I want to talk through exactly the price action that we're currently seeing, the news events that are having an effect on the markets, and why everything might be pumping right now, and if this is bullish or you should be prepping for deviations. Overall though, if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action around Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and overall exactly everything you need to be aware of. Guys, we talked about it yesterday, some key events that are happening this week. We already saw Jerome Powell give a little bit of a speech earlier today. We also had Trump discuss a little bit of the tariffs and deadlines with other countries and pretty much negotiations that are going to be going into play. We did see a few deadlines pushed back for China, which is quite bullish, and right now Ethereum and altcoins are starting to rip up quite significantly. So I want to walk you guys through that information, what you need to be aware of, and exactly what everyone is saying. Let's jump straight into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto markets have been trading sideways, but right now we're starting to see a little bit of green in the markets. Bitcoin sitting at around 106,296. Ethereum is starting to sit at around 2621, seeing also that recovery in the last pretty much 4 to 8 hours. And then right here you can see with the total 3 chart, altcoins, guys, have just been ripping up quite significantly also in the last 4 to pretty much 6 hours. So right now, this is really showing exactly where liquidity is moving, especially with Bitcoin dominance starting to crash down, getting closer to that 63% zone, and then also USDT dominance also crashing down. This just lets us know exactly where buyer liquidity is moving in the markets, and with everyone getting out of USDT, it's really showing that everyone's getting out of stables and reallocating into risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Right now, the Kobesi letter gave us some updates around the Trump administration, some deadlines with the tariff deals, and overall exactly what's taking place. Breaking, the Trump administration has set a firm deadline of July 8th to finalize trade deals. President Trump is also urging countries to submit their best offers by Wednesday to avoid reinstatement of tariffs. Trump is making it clear that the tariff pause ends in 36 days. So this is super important to keep in line, guys, with the timeline that we're currently seeing with altcoins and the price action and everything as well. But we did see a little bit of an update. The U.S. has extended its tariff pause on some Chinese goods until August 31st. So we are seeing a little bit of an extension, but we do need to be keeping up to date exactly with more news events that are going to be happening this week overall with, the jobless reports and a few other key events that we discussed that was going to be happening. Yesterday we discussed all these events, and right now everything is pretty much playing out. So this is what's causing a lot of fluctuations in the markets, guys. Until we see an improvement for the macroeconomic events, we're not going to be seeing everything rip up, but right now we are starting to see a little bit of relief. Crypto Mission now talks about the price action that we're currently seeing with ETH and how we're seeing some good signs. Overall, it says a hidden bullish divergence on ETH, signaling that we're ready for a breakout upwards. It's still taking a lot of time, but happy to see the consolidation while still being up a lot from the low in April, which is so true. If you've been allocating to a lot of these assets, guys, you're pretty much, sitting in a good position still, just because a lot of these assets have already started to create higher lows, which is really points to the fact that we're still on the trajectory moving upwards. Crypto Intelligence X, though, gave a perspective around Thailand and the SEC and pretty much a few exchanges and kind of some cease of operations, which I think this is going to have an effect on the market, guys. I'm just not too sure if we have confirmation about this information, but if we do, then we could be seeing a little bit of fluctuations once this goes into play. But he says, just found out that Thailand's SEC has ordered Bybit, CoinX, and OKX and a few other exchanges blocked nationwide, citing unlicensed operation and money laundering concerns. This came after Thailand adopted crypto-friendly policies last year. What's going on in Asia? And then he goes on to say this becomes effective as soon as June 28, 2025. So very soon, guys, in the next 26 days. According to several sources, kind of short notice operations. Why the hurry? Which is, really key. I wonder exactly if this is going to be happening along the lines of whenever we start to see more information come out, maybe rate cuts, a few other different things. But this is just another, event that could be having an effect on price action, and you need to be aware about it before it pretty much hits the fan. Now, CryptoCon gives us a little bit of bullish sentiment, pretty much talking about the, price action that we've been seeing in this cycle and how we haven't even seen a huge run up for Bitcoin. And as a result, altcoins haven't really got the liquidity that they needed. But this cycle is completely different, and not everybody is going to be able to hack it out and make those crazy gains. I hope you are one of those people, though. Overall, no free lunch this cycle. If you want to make it to the Bitcoin cycle top, which also whenever all the liquidity is going to pour back into altcoins, you're going to have to be tough, and you'll have to be patient. The RSI 50 shows clear as day there has been no attempt at a cycle top yet. Beating the odds means believing when no one else does. And this is super important, guys. You can see the charts that we have down here. I'll put some arrows to them showing the specific cycle tops and cycle lows, and exactly how we haven't even seen a huge rip up, especially with the RSI being in the overbought region. So this is, exactly where we start to see the trajectory of Bitcoin actually start to rip up. And whenever we get into that over, bought region, whenever we're above that, black line where all these other regions have went above, then that's whenever we could see altcoins slowly getting the liquidity that they need. But this is a completely different cycle, and a lot of people are too impatient, and as a result, they're not going to be making it to the cycle top for Bitcoin, and as a result, when liquidity moves back into altcoins as well, the impatient guys are going to capitulate their bags and sell out on everything. The patient are going to understand how liquidity moves, keep dollar cost averaging, and when everything does hit the fan, we're going to be sitting quite nice. And I know most of y'all are those people. Please be one of those people. Overall, though, my portfolio, guys, you can see that on the 7-day, a lot of these assets are still down quite significantly. Right now, though, a lot of these assets have created higher lows. Just a Chill Guy, Condux, Hash AI, Destra Network, all of these assets are seeing a little bit of consolidation, but they're also starting to see a little bit of recovery based off of what we're currently seeing right now with the price action around Ethereum and overall how liquidity is shifting. So right now, guys, swiping everything to the side, I want to give you guys quick videos like this, telling you exactly the price action that we're currently seeing, the news events that are causing fluctuations in the market, and then exactly how you can perceive a few specific key events and the price action that we're seeing, so that you can understand if we're in a bullish standpoint or a bearish standpoint. Based off of what we're currently seeing, it looks quite bullish with the price action with Ethereum, how liquidity is slowly moving out of USDT as stable coins into, risk assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum and others. But we still have some important events happening this week, and this is really going to have an effect on liquidity and price action in general. So this is where I tell you guys that you need to be keeping up with the day-to-day. Just because we have one good day doesn't mean anything. We can have 2 days, 3 good days, and then all of a sudden it can be ruined by one bad day with bad economic events from bad data that comes out. And this is why you need to be aware of all this information. And on this channel, I keep you guys updated with all that info. So if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and everything you need to be aware of, guys. I made a recent video talking about these specific altcoins you should be looking at. I also made a recent video talking about day trading, and I also just like to make videos of what you guys want to see. I want to talk about exactly the top performing sectors and why I think you need to be looking into, the AI sector, the gaming sector, the meme sector, and a few other ones like RWA and gaming and a few other different ones. But this is where, guys, you have to start to develop your own perspective, learn how liquidity moves. That's why I show you the price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance. From there, you can start to keep up with the economic events and just understand how liquidity moves. On this channel, I want you to progress. I want you to not only understand what's happening on the day-to-day, but so that you can start to obtain all this information yourself and then go on and run on your own journey and start making those crazy gains. But we're waiting for altcoin season, guys. Liquidity still needs to move. We have some key events happening this week, so do not capitulate your bags. I'm gonna keep you guys updated with everything you need to be aware of, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share the channel as well with anyone that wants to progress in crypto and learn more. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.